What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the Brandon Coin YouTube channel. I hope everybody is doing swell. It is April 17th, 2024, and I figured we would do an official update video on the road to mining 100 million Shiba. We have not made a lot of progress. We had some hive issues. We had some finicky cards that were not happy, but I'll go over what we have currently so far. Mining and where we're at and all that kind of stuff. So if you guys are not familiar, I started this challenge of, I don't know, it's been a few days now. But yeah, the goal is to get 100 million Shiba. Why? Because that's why. So you know how that goes. Anyway, let me click over here and where are we at? There we are. Okay. So we're currently at 4,367,000 Shiba, and if we go to our stats page, we're averaging 192,000 Shiba per day. So our numbers are creeping up ever so slowly. I have been slowly adding cards, but that we need to pump those numbers up because that means just quick math here. We have what we got, like 96 for we got like 96,400,000 left to go. If we divide that by, let's say we're doing that 200,000 a day, it would take another 482 days, and that is way too much time to be doing a YouTube series on, and way too much time to dedicate on. So that means, sorry about my notifications, I don't know why those are even going off. That means I need to add cards. So my strategy up until this point has been to use cards that were not optimal for reselling. So whenever I buy in bulk, we'll get some cards that either have bad fans, busted coolers, that kind of thing, and I would use those and then sell off the good stuff. So I'll go over what we have so far, and yeah, we'll start off right here. We have that's a 1660 Ti. The fan was busted on it, so I just stuck a case fan. It is sitting on top of, or it's plugged into a motherboard with a Ryzen 5600G, which is not a great processor for CPU mining, and that CPU is mining as well. So those are both mining. And then up top, we have two 1660 Ti's on the right side. We have a 3060, and then a 2060 and a 2070. The 2070 is that weird low power one that you can't set your voltage over, or your power limit overclocks, and it honestly doesn't take a lot of overclocks. Like you try to go down or up, it errors out constantly. So it's been a pain in the butt. And all those cards have some kind of issues, whether they one of them has like a cracked cooler. I think the 2070 is fine, but yeah. So that's all what's mining right there, and then I'm gonna be adding this bad boy up there to that rig too, which this is a 1066 gig, and I had another one that I wanted to add as well. Another 1066 gig, so that's adding another two 1060s to the mix. And if I do recall correctly, let's see here. Let me pull it up over on the screen. That should add, let's go back to start Shiba, and then on the 1060s, I think I was putting those on Flux, Zelhash, and they were doing, I want to say like low 22 area sols a day. So that's about 5,000 SHIB a day. If I can get 40 sols out of those two cards, that adds 10,000, another 10,000 SHIB a day. And yeah, let's keep on pumping our numbers up there. I figured as we're going, I am going to make a spreadsheet and put all the cards. A lot of stuff will be changing here soon. I have some rigs coming in to fill out this shelf and then that shelf. So once I get a like more permanent solution, then I'll actually fill in the spreadsheet, because I think I'm going to pull like the 2070 off of there, because I have some other cards that could go on there that are better suited, like this Vega 56 that instantly overheats like right away. So I'm gonna pull this bad boy apart, see if I can't get it some new thermal paste or something on it, and then try to run it. But yeah, I have some other stuff too, which we'll get into that later on. That'll be for a future video. Regardless though, I guess let's go ahead and, you know what? Well, let's just do it live. Well, not live, but let's do it right now. One take it, right? Let's plug this bad boy in. All right. Just doing some rough napkin math. I'm only gonna add one 1060 up there for now, because I need to affix a fan onto this bad boy. I thought I had a fan around here somewhere. Anyway, I need to put a fan on here and get that so where we can plug it on there and not have it all overheating like crazy. You guys have seen this card a couple times. I've used this for like doing testing and stuff. That card will not die. I don't know what it is about it. I turned it on one time and didn't have the fan on. Like it didn't have a fan on it, and I was just using it for like display for a short period of time. Then I come back and like the screen's artifacting, and I'm like, oh crap, that fan is like burning down. So yeah. Anyways, I guess, oh, let's plug this back in. Somebody asked me, why do I just pull the power cord on that server power supply? That breakout board is one of the like the less than stellar ones, so there's no power button. So like pulling the power cord's the only way to cut the power. I mean, I guess I could turn it off from the motherboard side, but who does that? All right, so now I'm gonna have to go and fight with Hive for the next, I don't know, 10 minutes or so, because that rig has that 2070 that does not like, it's this one right there. Doesn't like any like overclocks, so I have to take everything off of that one. Whenever you add a card, it moves stuff around. But regardless, that should at least get us up another 5,000 SHIB a day, and I'm hoping we can hit that magical 200,000 a day and then start working our way up from there. I am going to be spending some money, because some people are like, oh, are you going to be buying stuff to mine on? And yes, I am going to be adding some Xeon rigs right here. That's what that's going to be right there. Maybe two of them right there and two of them down there. And those do. I'm going to try out a dual Xeon rig as well. Let's go over here to CPU. I'll show you guys. So those do CPU Random X. I know I can get a solid 5,000 out of them on the single. So that's 6,000. almost 7,000 SHIB a day just on the CPUs, and then I can also put a GPU in each one of them. On the dual one, some people were saying, depending on what CPU configuration I run, you can get about 8 or 9,000. So we'll shoot high, and if we could get 9,000 out of it, that'd be 12,000 SHIB a day. That'd be nice. That would be really nice. I don't know if that's going to be the case or not, but we'll see. And those Xeons are like super cheap. I've also been told if you turn off hyperthreading, it doesn't hurt your hash rate, but just barely, but it saves you a boatload of power. So we're going to be experimenting with that as well. Got a couple different of those like machinist and stuff, like the Chinese X99 motherboards. So yeah. If I add 1, 2, 3, 4 of the single board CPU or the single CPU boards, that would be right at what? That'd be 20,000. That'd be 20,000, which would add 27,000 SHIB a day at current rates. I know everything is subject to change at a moment's notice. And then if I added, a graphics card in each one of those, hypothetically, we'll shoot for the low end and we'll say, 4 1060s. That would be another, what, like, can't even think off the top of my head. Go back to it. We'll say Zell hash and 20, 40, 60, 80. That'd be another 20,000. So that'd get us like 40 to 50,000 total, adding, those 4 cards and those 4 CPUs. Obviously, bigger CPUs and bigger cards would help out more, but just trying to ball on a budget here. I don't intend on buying more 1060s, but it just seems like those are always the cards that pop up. I get them for next to nothing, if not super dirt cheap, and then they're almost not worth selling, but they can still pull good numbers. We go over here to, let's see here, 1066 gigabyte mining chamber. Let's see what he says the overclocks and hash rate should be on Zell hash. So he has them at 22.5 sols. I was seeing low 20s, so I'm right on the money with mine. And he had them at absolute 800 or plus 400 on the memory clock, and then plus 180 on the core clock. So we're right there. Yeah. Not super efficient, but we'll get there. One thing I do want to add to like pull a good amount of power is my personal computer. I've been swooping and swapping around graphics cards. I want to put me a big boy graphics card in there. So I have some 3090s coming in, and I think I might allot myself one of those and put that towards the situation. So on a 3090, I guess let's pull up a 3090 real quick here. RTX 3090 mining chamber. If we were gonna do, I don't know what's the most profitable at the moment for them. We'll say Kapow 63 mega hash. We'll go back to unmineable. Where's our Kapow at? There we go, Kapow. And what was that? 63 mega hash. That is 42,000 SHIB a day. Wow, that's stout right there. Might need to flip some of these cards over to Kapow. But of course, that is a 3090. Yeah, that would, with those ones I'd be adding, and then that'd put me into like 300,000 SHIB a day. Those kind of numbers I could work with. But anyway, guys, I don't want to hold y'all up. This video is already longer than I intended. If you like this kind of stuff and you like this little series, I'm going to keep it going and just, go along take you along on the journey. Right now, before we get off here, I'll show you what I already showed you what we currently mined, but the value of it is, we have, how much did we have? 4.3 million at the moment, and it is, we'll say 4.3 times 22, because it's $22 a million. That's how the zeros break down there. We have mined $94.60 worth if we sold everything right now. But we're not doing that. We're staying in the game. Good luck, ladies and gentlemen. See you on the other side. All right. I'm going to hop off here. Y'all have a good night.